Hello and welcome to the workout. I'm Holly Perkins. I have an extra special edition for you today. Today is a legs and arms workout, barbell edition. That is right. If you have a barbell, grab it, have it nearby. If you don't have a barbell, don't worry. Every single one of these exercises can be done either body weight only, dumbbells, or a handled resistance band. So just know every single exercise is the same exact movement pattern with dumbbells or with a handled resistance band. And if you have a barbell, get it ready. You are gonna need something to step on. It doesn't have to be an exercise bench. It could be a dining room table, a dining room chair, not a table, that'd be a little challenging, but it could be a dining room chair, it could be a step stool, even a staircase. Something to step on will be super helpful today. I'm a huge fan of using strength training for women, and specifically, I'm always encouraging you to start using a barbell. A lot of women are intimidated by barbells, but here's the deal. There are great barbells on the market that are only 5 feet high and 25 pounds. They fit in your closet and they really open you up to a whole new level of workouts. So we're gonna be going over 10 exercises today. All of them except one is gonna use a barbell. Once again, you can use dumbbells or a handled resistance band. Your job is to find the weight load for every single exercise where 12 repetitions are challenging. If you are counting out your 12 reps on all of these exercises and it's not a challenging workout, that's your cue to use a heavier weight load rather than doing more repetitions. We're gonna go through a short little pre-workout preparatory series to get us ready for the actual workout, and then we're gonna be working in supersets. 2 exercises put back to back together with no rest in between. Then we'll take a short rest in between each superset. If you want a harder workout today, perform 3 sets of each superset. Let's do it. Feet separated, take a big inhale up, reach way up to the sky. Exhale it out, do that again, but this time, lift your rib cage all the way up towards your ceiling. Exhale, do that one more time. Inhale up, reach your rib cage up, lifting as high as you can. Short little breaths, actively reach up for your ceiling, lift and lengthen your spine as much as you possibly can. Reach and breathe, reach and breathe, reach and breathe, and relax. And let's just come into some spinal rotations. As you turn away from one leg, I want you to very actively clamp down, squeeze and activate the glute on the leg that you're turning away from. So your left glute squeeze, your right glute squeeze. Otherwise, just let your arms fly, let them go. Let yourself come into a comfortable, natural, gentle spinal rotation, making sure that you keep your abs tight and lifted. Think about drawing your belly button in towards your spine, and think about lifting your head up towards the ceiling so that we can activate that transverse abdominis to keep your abdominal muscles strong and to protect your back. I just love this exercise because it feels good. It's a great way to start a workout. It's just so good to get rotation in the body in a variety of ways. One more. And relax. Let's warm up each leg individually. Bring your feet together. Lower your center of gravity by bending your knees. That activates the muscles of your legs. Bring your body weight over to your right leg. Stabilize. If you struggle to hold your balance just like this, you need to be working on your balance every single day. Single leg balance is one of the most important skills and functional movements and abilities that you can have going into the future. If this is easy, like it is for me, I could just hang out here all day and I don't lose my balance, then I want you to start to use your vision to look around the space, look around, look at different things in your environment until it throws your balance off. The goal of this exercise is not to be balanced. The goal is to look around, and the bigger your vision circle, the more it's going to challenge your balance. That's the real goal, is to be able to look all the way behind you. Look up, look down, move your chin, move your eyeballs, destabilize yourself as much as possible, because the more you have to look around your space to throw your balance off, the more functional you are. The whole intention is for you to try to hold your balance while you are using your vision to destabilize yourself. We spend about 30 to 40 seconds on one leg, relax, and let's go to the other leg. So remember, you always want to start by lowering your center of gravity first. And what that means is you bend your knee, okay? Because that is what's gonna help you activate, let me go this way. That's what's gonna help you activate the muscles of the leg. If this leg is all straight like this, you're not gonna use your hamstrings. So we gotta have that knee slightly bent as you're looking around so that you use your hamstrings. When you use your posterior chain, you're also gonna start to activate the muscles in the arch of your foot, which is a super important part of this exercise. Keeping the knee bent bends the ankle. Bending the ankle allows you to strengthen the muscles in the arch of your foot, and that's actually so important. Flat feet are a problem. We want a nice, strong, lifted arch in each one of your feet, okay? Keep that knee bent, look around, really make that circle big where you are looking everywhere. In fact, when I really do this exercise right now, my arch is so on fire on my foot. It is grabbing so hard, and that's exactly what we want. Take your feet separated. Take a look down at your toes and feet. Make sure that your feet are really truly parallel to each other. Super important. Try to avoid having your toes open. You only want to let your toes open out if you have a direct and acute knee discomfort when you do this move. Bend your knees, hip back, and let's come side to side. So we're coming side to side, but I want you to really think about pushing your hips back. We're really reaching the hips back while we go side to side so that you get the lengthening in the inner thigh. The lengthening, the strengthening, all of that in the inner thigh. That's the whole goal here. So really push your hips back, keep your tummy drawn in. You want to keep a little bit of a neutral, natural arch in your lower back. Really important. You don't want to be rounding out your back here, okay? You want to keep a little bit of a neutral and natural arch in your lower back. It's gonna feel like you're doing like a booty pop. It's gonna feel like you're really popping your booty back, and you wanna feel some of that activation in your lower back here while you come into this. I love this move. It's so good to get the inner thighs activated, glutes and hamstrings prepped. Let's go a couple more here. Sitting super deep, heavy on your heels, and relax. Let's take a big reach up, activating that transverse abdominis, lifting out of your waistline so you're stretching your rib cage away from your hips. Then you're gonna take a big step back into a runner's lunge, dropping the knee down, step forward, repeat, other side. Big reach, step back. Big reach, step way back. Let that knee drop to the ground. That is where you're gonna begin to get the hip opening that's gonna help on some of the exercises that we're gonna do in the workout here. Big reach, let the knee drop. Press into the front heel when you step forward here. Push into the heel. Heel. That's what's gonna get your glute firing so that you're able to perform better on your very first exercise as we get into the supersets. Big reach. Drive into that front heel. One more, and then we're gonna come into the world's greatest stretch. So I want you to step back, let your knee come down, scoop forward. Which leg is in front? Turn towards that leg. Bring your hand back to the back heel. So you are turning towards the side of the leg that's in front. If your left leg is in front, turn to the left. And relax down, step forward, reach up, let's step back again. Same thing on the other side. Inhale up, turn towards the leg that's in front, and then your hand just naturally comes back to the heel. Keep this back toe tucked. Reach up. You can lean back. I've coined this the world's greatest stretch because that's exactly what it is. It's so good. So good for so many things. And relax, step forward, reach up. Let's do one more on each side. Step back on the other side. Scoop, turn towards the leg that's in front, lift and rotate. This opens up the hips. This activates the quadratus lumborum. It's a muscle in your back and core. That's one of those muscles, if you have ever strained your back muscles in the past, quadratus lumborum, QL, is that muscle that often gets irritated. So I love this move because it begins to fire up and activate that muscle. It also brings a little bit of torso rotation and stretch. And step forward, reach up. One more on the other side. Big reach, same thing. Other side, second stretch, last one. Enjoy it because the workout starts next. Legs and arms. Our first circuit, we're gonna be doing a leg with a shoulder exercise. You'll want your barbell nearby, but you can use dumbbells. And relax, step forward, reach up, walk around your space, keep your legs moving. Go ahead and get your barbell ready. Now, I have the luxury of getting to use 2 different barbells here. That's just so I can save time in the workout for you, but you can always put this in pause if you have to load or unload your barbells so that they are right. You're probably gonna want a slightly heavier weight load and a slightly lighter weight load. Now listen, this is the barbell edition so that we've got it on recording and you can always refer to it in the future. Every single exercise can be done with dumbbells today, or a handled resistance band if you prefer. And if you're newer to strength training, you can do all of these body weight only, okay? Let me show you the first 2 exercises with barbell. Remember, grab your dumbbells if you don't have one. First exercise, we're gonna be doing an RDL into an overhead press. As I said, I'm gonna be working with 2 different barbells because on some of my exercises, I'm a bit stronger. So, do it this way so you can fully see me. Feet are separated, knees are bent. You're reaching your hips back as the barbell slides down your legs. You come up and you squeeze your glutes. Hips back, barbell slides down your legs. Come up, squeeze your glutes. First exercise. Second exercise is a barbell overhead press. Once again, as I said, just use dumbbells if you don't have a barbell. Here, over your head and down. Dumbbells work fine. Are you ready? Let's do it. Remember, your job is to find a weight load where you can only do 12 reps of each of these exercises. Let's go. Get your dumbbells or your barbell ready for this first exercise. On this first exercise, actually, RDL, you can even do this with a handled resistance band if you like. That's one of my favorite variations. Let me do it that way. That's a little better. So knees are bent, feet are separated, arch in your back, reach your hips back, come up, squeeze your glutes. And again, please count 12 reps on your own. The reason is you might be moving faster or slower than me, and it's really important that you're only doing 12 reps. Now, if you get to 12 reps and it's comfortable, that's your cue to use a heavier weight load. If you can't use a heavier weight load right now because you're limited by equipment, then you can do more repetitions. But I would much prefer you figure it out next time that you've got the heavier weight loads so that this really becomes a muscle building workout. One more, and we're going to that overhead press. Grab your dumbbells if you don't have a barbell, and grab your barbell if you do. And I hope that by the end of this workout, if you don't have a barbell, I will have convinced you to buy one. Straight up over your head, relax your shoulders, back and down, tummy drawn in, elbows come forward, end with that barbell up over your head, up over your head. Okay, you wanna avoid just pushing up at an angle with your arms, okay? You bypass your face, end over the top of your head. Elbows come forward, up over your head. 12 reps. Again, looking for the weight load, where these 12 are actually challenging. Pausing at the bottom makes it a bit harder. 12 reps. If you're limited by your exercise equipment, you can do more reps. And you can perform the same exact movement with dumbbells. Short break, and then we're gonna go into our second set. Evaluate, how did that feel? Did either one of those exercises feel comfortable? If so, grab a heavier weight load. During our rest, let me show you RDL with dumbbells. It's the same exact movement. Just let your dumbbells slide down your legs. Same exact movement, okay? Overhead barbell instead, if you want to use dumbbells, same exact movement. You just have a little bit more range of motion with dumbbells, but otherwise, these two moves are exactly the same. The reason why I like a barbell, it just makes the movement a little different, and you can generally, in time, use a little bit more weight load. Let's go. Second set. RDL. Hands are about 6 inches separated from your feet. Feet are separated about hip distance. Knees are soft. Hips go back. Arch in your lower back. Stand up with your glutes and squeeze. Now, a lot of people confuse this exercise thinking it's like an upper back pulling exercise. And while you do get some upper back activity here, technically, we want to be focused on the posterior chain of your lower body. So drive the motion from the bottom to the top. So from here to here, do that with your legs. Drive your heels into the ground. Really activate your legs to bring you up, rather than lifting with your back. All of these cues apply when you're using dumbbells. 12 reps, going right into overhead press. You could also do your overhead press with an exercise band if you want. Barbell, hands are about shoulder width distance apart, straight up over your head. Pause at the bottom if you want a bit more of a workout, okay? Big push. Now, if you are using a barbell, you can always just stay with one weight load for both of these exercises, okay? The RDL might be a hair easier than this, but I even debated using only one weight load for both of these exercises, and that would be absolutely okay. 12 reps here. We'll take a short little break, and I'll show you our next 2 exercises. Once again, next 2 exercises can be done with dumbbells. In fact, the second exercise is gonna be done with dumbbells. So, next 2 exercises, we have a deadlift, which you can do with dumbbells, but I want to subtly nudge you towards doing your deadlift with a barbell. Hands are separated much wider than the feet. You're gonna sit your booty down, keep your chest forward, and stand up. So you wanna really try to keep your chest up and then stand, okay? It's got a little bit of a squat here, but standing up with the legs, keeping your chest lifted. That barbell stays close to your shins. Second exercise is a dumbbell upright row, feet separated, palms right in front of your shins. Lift your elbows nice and high. If you have shoulder issues, you want to end at the top with your elbows at the same height as your shoulders. If you've got good shoulders, end with your elbows a little higher, just a little teeny tiny bit higher. Those are your 2 exercises. Your deadlift can be done with dumbbells as well. When you do a dumbbell deadlift, it has a tendency to look like a squat with your hands down towards the floor. It's okay to some degree. I think the value of a deadlift is lifting something above the floor. So if you have a little bit of a squat to your deadlift, I'm cool with that. Take your feet separated, let's go. Grab your barbell, bring it to your shins. Roll your shoulders back and down towards your hips to activate your lats. Let's stand up, and you got 12 reps. Slide that barbell down your legs. We want the barbell to stay nice and close to your legs and just try to keep your chest lifted. Using dumbbells, your dumbbells are just gonna be right outside your shins here. It's the same exact movement. You're just using dumbbells. Keep your chest lifted, tummy drawn in, driving up through your heels, pressing the floor away, keeping your chest lifted, especially at the top right there. Shoulders back and down. That's gonna help you activate the lats. That's the big muscle of your back that really controls the whole posterior chain. It's upper body. Push that floor away, 12 reps. Let's go right into that upright row. Upright row, you could do it with a barbell. I find it a bit trickier. I feel upright row with a barbell is a bit more advanced. That's why we're not doing it here today. We're gonna do our upright row with dumbbells. 12 reps. The focus of this exercise is on your delts, even though you will get some of it in your traps, which is the top of your shoulders, up near your neck. And that might happen, that's okay, but I want you to really be feeling it in the meat and the cap of your shoulder. And I find you really hit that best when the hands end just in front of your shoulders at the top and your elbows end a bit high. Right there. 12 reps. It's gonna make your arms and your shoulders look gorgeous. One more for 12, short break, and then we got a second set, okay? Second set. Now remember, on that deadlift, like I said, I so hope that I'm subtly inspiring you to buy a barbell at home. I can't tell you how many women have reached out to me in the past couple of months and they're like, I don't have space for a barbell in my home workout gym. And it's like, everybody does. It's a thin little 5-foot pole that you can stick anywhere. So there's a tendency to think that like you could never use a barbell. But I've got women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s working with barbells right now, successfully. And it's an incredibly valuable piece of equipment. When we go for the second set of deadlift, if you're using dumbbells, it's still the same exact exercise, same exact movement pattern. Just let those dumbbells hang down by your legs. Let's go, second set. Feet about hip to shoulder width distance apart. Bring your bar against your shins. Grip is nice and wide. Pull your shoulders towards your hips. Press through the floor, 12 reps. Slide the bar down your legs. That's one of the secrets. I would actually say the 2 secrets of deadlift is that number 1, here, shoulders back and down. 2, slide your dumbbells or your barbell down your legs so that that weight load is staying very close to the line of your body. You want to keep the barbell or your dumbbells right next to your shins. Lift, driving by pushing your heels into the floor. Lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. 12 reps. Going right into that dumbbell upright row. Feet separated about hip distance apart. Shoulders, where are they? Back and down. Back and down for your shoulders. Even when you're lifting your elbows up and your arms up, we still want shoulders back and down. When you bring your shoulder blades back towards each other and down towards your hips, you will activate the deltoids more. When the shoulder girdle lifts up in space, you end up using your traps more than your deltoids. So if you have been trying to make your arms and shoulders look better, doing all the arm exercises and nothing's really changing, this is why. You've got to get your shoulder girdle in place with the shoulders back and down in space. Remember that little rhyme, okay? Shoulders back and down, shoulders back, shoulders down. So important for every single exercise you could possibly do. Next exercise, you need something to step up onto. We are doing a step up paired with a barbell French press. That's right, you have never seen that here before in a Holly Perkins Saturday workout. So we are gonna do, if you've got a barbell, we're gonna do our French press with a barbell. You are gonna need a slightly lighter barbell for this. Now remember, if you don't have a barbell, dumbbell for both of these exercises, okay? But let me show you. We are doing step-ups, working with a barbell. You wanna hop it to your shoulders, then you wanna hop it up over your head, and then you just wanna gently place it on your shoulders and get comfy. From here, we're gonna be stepping up, leading with one foot. So it's gonna be right leg up, right leg down for 12 repetitions. It's called cycling. Leading with one leg, right leg for 12. Then we will do left leg for 12. Second exercise, you're going to hop your barbell up, hop your barbell, relax it down, and we're gonna come to a French press. Now, you can do, as I said, both of these exercises, you can do with just dumbbells. You don't have to do this with a barbell. Same exact exercise, but since it's the barbell special edition, we're doing our French press with a barbell. Hands are separated the width of your shoulders. You're gonna bring the barbell down towards your forehead, press it straight back up. Obviously, please be careful. You don't wanna use a super heavy barbell that you can't keep control of, okay? So do make sure that you're working with a barbell on that second exercise that you can manage comfortably, or just use dumbbells. Again, it's the same exact exercise with dumbbells, okay? All right, grab your dumbbells or your barbell or just your body weight, and let's do some step ups. We got 12 repetitions, starting with that right leg. Here we go. Right leg up, right leg down for 12. Now, safety first. The goal of this exercise is not to go fast. The goal of this exercise is to go heavier, because my workouts are not about high intensity, sweaty, can't breathe, grueling. That's not what my workouts are about. My workouts are about building muscle. And in order for me to help you build muscle here, it's about adding weight load to your body during the step up. 12 reps. Remember, you can do this with dumbbells hanging at your sides or holding them up at your shoulders. 12 reps. Same on the left leg. Left leg up, left leg down. Taking your time. Make sure your whole foot is getting up on top of your stepping surface. You don't have to have an exercise bench to do this. As long as you have something sturdy, that'll work. You want something that's between the height of your mid-shin to the bottom of your knee, okay? You wanna step onto something that is the height of your mid-shin to the bottom of your kneecap. That's the perfect height for your height. 12 reps, and let's go into that French press. Again, you can use dumbbells if you want, okay? And if you've been with me for a while, I so encourage you, try this with your barbell. It's awesome. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Barbell to your collarbone. Use the strength of your abs to lay back. Barbell over your chest. Hands are directly over your shoulders. Bring the barbell towards your forehead. Press it up, okay? Very controlled on that lowering phase. Very controlled here. I actually just very gently tap my forehead. And you might not even be able to see that, but I've got really good control of my barbell. So I like to bring it all the way down, gentle little tap before I push it back up. But you can just come to whatever depth is right for you. And oh, by the way, it's the same exact movement with dumbbells if you prefer that. But this is an awesome, awesome exercise for the back of your arms. You could use a 10 or a 15 or a 20-pound barbell if you have that. Mine is 25. 12 reps, short break. Bring your barbell to your chest. Use a little kicking from your legs to use momentum to sit up. We're gonna take a short break before we go into that second set. Evaluate. How was your first set? If that first set of step-ups was comfortable and doable, strength-wise, then I very much encourage you to use a heavier weight load. Now, your heart rate is gonna go up a little bit on those step-ups, but as I said during the exercise, that's not the real intention, okay? The real intention of step-ups is to increase how much weight load you're stepping with. And so again, that could be dumbbells or a barbell. It could be a weighted vest if you wanted to, okay? You could put your kid on your back or your dog in your arms, whatever you want to do. But the whole idea here for these step-ups is to go heavier, not to go faster. I want to build your strength, and this is not a cardio-specific workout. Right leg first, here we go, 12 reps. Take your time, safety first. I want you stepping up and down, not forward and back. So when you step off your bench, just make sure that you're stepping back just enough that you're safe, but I don't want you stepping way back. You're not stepping way back and way forward. That's not what we're doing. Just off the bench. This, in essence, is reinforcing your safety and your strength for climbing stairs. It's called a level change, and it's a super important mechanism for every single one of us to be able to go up and down stairs. 12 reps, switch sides. Take a moment if you need to catch your breath. Left leg is going to be going up, bottom leg is a little bent. Press into that top foot. Press into that top foot. Make sure your whole foot is on your stepping surface. Chest is lifted, driving your weight into that leg. Chest stays super tall, keeping your spine elongated. Dumbbells either at your shoulders or at your hips, what's ever comfortable. But like I said, each of these exercises that I'm doing with a barbell, you can do with dumbbells and just mimic pretty much everything else. Got a barbell? Let's pop it up over your head and then gently, carefully bringing it down. So for now, since you're not working with me in person, if you're working at home with a barbell, please, safety first. I'd rather you use a barbell that's too light than for you to get into questionable territory with safety. Deal? Dumbbell or barbell comes up to your chest. Use the strength of your abs to lower you back. Push your barbell up over your chest. Shoulders back and down. Push your shoulders to your hips. Here we go. Use the strength of your triceps to bring the dumbbell towards your forehead or your temple. Or if you're working with a barbell, say hello to your new arms. Because this right here, if you don't like that kind of wiggle jiggle on the back of your arms, this is the exercise to fix it. It's also just gonna make you wicked strong on your upper body. Make sure your shoulders are pushing towards your hips. Shoulders to your hips. Shoulders back and down. Shoulders back and down. One more, and then safely, please safely come out of this. Safely barbell or dumbbells to your chest. Use a little momentum to kick yourself up. And then very gently put your dumbbells or your barbell on the floor or wherever you're resting it. Take a short little break. Let me show you our next two. So once again, next two exercises, next superset, absolutely can be done with dumbbells. We've got a reverse lunge paired with a bicep curl. In fact, in my Saturday workouts here, we always do these two exercises, either body weight only on the lunges or with dumbbells. So grab your dumbbells if you prefer, but both are extra good with a barbell. That's why it's the barbell edition. Here we go, let me show you. Grab your barbell, again, a weight load that you're confident with. Pop it up to shoulders, pop it up over your head, safely lower it to your shoulders and get comfy. First exercise is a reverse lunge. Feet together, knees are bent. You're gonna step back, step forward, and alternate. We are alternating 12 on each leg. You can do the same exact exercise with dumbbells. To get out of it, pop it up, safely lower it. You're gonna switch your grip so that your palms are facing forward, and we're gonna do a bicep curl. And again, you can do this with dumbbells if you prefer. Join me, let's do it. Grab your barbell and just use a little bit of a hopping jump. Bring it to your shoulder blades, hop it over your head, safely to your shoulders, get comfy. Feet together, bend your knees. Dumbbells at your shoulders, or dumbbells could, let's do it this way. Dumbbells could also be hanging at your sides if you prefer. Start with your knees bent. This is a front leg exercise. Even though you're stepping back, I want you thinking about your front leg. Ignore the leg that's moving. Just let it do what it does. I want you thinking about your front leg because that's where the work is happening. Keep your body weight focused on that front leg, and in particular, on the front heel. So, bottom to the top, heel, right there. Press into your heel, here, heel, here. Drive into your heel. If you get real good, you'll even focus on your heel when you're lowering back, here, okay? Drive into that heel. Go faster or slower, depending on your weight load, really, and depending on what's right for your fitness level. 12 reps each leg, and then we're gonna flip that barbell. Hop your barbell up over your head, safely lower it. Either place it down to switch your grip, depending on the weight of your barbell, or just reverse your grip so that your palms are forward for bicep curl. And again, you could do your bicep curl with dumbbells, okay? Works great with dumbbells here, either as a hammer curl, okay, or as palms forward, which is called a supinated grip bicep curl with dumbbells, okay? But again, my hope is to really inspire you to grab a barbell. Big pull. Chest is forward, shoulders are drawn back. Good. 12 reps here. Short little break. And then we're gonna repeat. How did that feel? How is the intensity? How's the weight load? Now, on those reverse lunges, even if you're just doing body weight on your reverse lunges, it does bring your heart rate up. So reverse lunges, step ups, forward walking lunges, okay? All three of those are gonna bring your heart rate up because they're big movements. That all being said, that's not the goal of the exercise. The goal of the exercise is to, number one, use good technique, And number 2, use a weight load where the last 2 repetitions of the 12 are hard. So it's really about using a heavier weight load once you've got the good technique down. So I will even sometimes slow down my movement pattern so that my heart rate will come down so that I can do a heavier weight load. So like on my reverse lunges, this weight load actually wasn't that hard, but my cardiovascular fitness isn't super high right now. So on my reverse lunges, it was more heart rate than it actually was strength. So I would just kind of slow my movement pattern down a little so that I can really focus on doing this with a heavier weight load next time. Second set. Okay, just give me a little hop, safely, gently, lower it, get comfy. Second set, reverse lunges, feet together, so that you then lower your center of gravity so that you start with your knees bent. Think about your front leg. That back leg is just facilitating the strength and the movement on the front leg. Okay, so just think all about the front leg. Drive into that front heel. Keep your tummy drawn in. Chest is lifted. Dumbbells can be at your shoulders, like my barbell is, or dumbbells could be hanging by your waist. Okay? Whatever feels the best for you. You basically always want to position your body so that the movement feels as natural and as productive as possible, okay? Natural and productive. If it feels a little awkward, try making a slight change to the placement of your weight load. 12 reps, 24 in total. One more, I think. Ooh, is that not good? That's gonna make your booty look great. Pop that dumbbell up, safely lower. Switch your grip, or grab your dumbbells, whichever is best for you. Okay, palms forward, shoulders back and down. Super important on an exercise like this. Shoulders. So many people do their arm exercises from here. Shoulders back and down, so that when you pull, you're also using the muscles of your upper back, okay? Also using the muscles on your upper back. Shoulders and back are at play here. Scooping that bar forward, shoulders back and down. I reset my shoulders here on every single rep. It makes this exercise so good, so good. 12 reps, you got a short rest. If you want a harder workout, go ahead and repeat these 2 exercises one more time for a 3rd set. And let me show you our last superset. Now, you can actually set your barbell aside. The last 2 exercises are strictly dumbbell. So we're doing my other favorite tricep exercise with a bicep concentration curl. So you are gonna want one dumbbell that's a little on the heavier side for both of these exercises. First is gonna be tricep overhead extension. If you know me, you know it's a fave. I love this for home workouts. Second exercise, keep that dumbbell, nice heavy dumbbell, and we're coming into a bicep concentration curl. Elbow is against the inner thigh, and you're pulling your palm up to the front of the shoulder, just like that, okay? Nice and long at the bottom. Let me show you from here. Nice and long from the bottom. I like you to come full extension. A lot of times people will come to a partial bend and then come back up, and you see this in the gym all the time. I'm a fan of coming to full extension and pulling through full extension. Not that The other way is overtly wrong. There's a time and place for it. But I really like to develop range of motion and mobility and flexibility of the muscle by going through a full range of motion. You ready? Grab your heavier dumbbell. Let's do that tricep first. Feet are under your hips. Crisscrossing your hands like this so that you're holding your dumbbell in between, okay? Here, that way you'll be able to see it a little better, just like that. And straight down to your shoulder blades, straight up over your head. Do your best to keep your upper arm perpendicular to the floor as much as possible. So your upper arm is probably gonna have a little bit of a forward angle like this, just a little. And I really like keeping that upper arm as 90 degrees to the floor as your shoulders will allow, okay? As your shoulders will allow. 12 reps here. You should be working with about 10 pounds or heavier on this exercise. If you're at 8 pounds, I want you to, over the next few weeks, get yourself up to 10 pounds or heavier on that tricep exercise. And concentration curl, elbow is against the inside of the thigh because it locks it off. You're gonna give me a big squeeze, pause at the top if you need to make your weight load a little heavier. Big squeeze, just pulling your hand to the front of that shoulder. Hand to the front of the shoulder, abs drawn in, keeping your chest lifted. There's such a tendency to bend over in this exercise, and I want you to really think about keeping your chest lifted and just working around the hinge of your elbow at the inner thigh. 12 reps. Whew, I did this exercise yesterday in one of my other group workouts, and my biceps are so sore and tired right now. Yesterday morning, I did the same exact exercise with a heavier weight load. Wowza, and I did it right because my biceps are pooped today. Jane, if you're here, you know what I'm talking about. Elbow against that inner thigh. Pausing at the top if your weight load is doable. If your weight load is light, you definitely want to pause. If your weight load is heavy, you don't want to pause. So the heavier the weight load gets, the less of a pause there is, assuming your technique is spot on. It's actually really important first to make sure that your technique is great before you reduce the pause at the top. The pause at the top really helps to ensure good technique. Short little break, and then we're gonna do a second set of these two exercises. Tricep overhead extension, concentration curl. Tricep overhead extension, your first goal is to get to about 10 pounds, eventually maybe 15 or 20 pounds. Concentration curl, your first goal is the same. Get to 10 pounds and then work your way up as high as you can comfortably over a period of weeks, over a period of time. So increasing your weight load doesn't happen on a week to week to week to week to week basis. Every week your goal should be to use a heavier weight load, but it will never happen consistently and consecutively like that. What you'll do is you'll notice that you kind of stay at one weight load for a couple weeks and you jump up and you stay there for a couple weeks and you jump up and you stay there for a couple weeks. Cool? Second set, tricep overhead extension. Dumbbell is nice and long and low, right down towards your shoulder blades at the bottom. I like to get a nice long stretch. By bringing that dumbbell down, I actually tap right in between my shoulder blades, right here. I just tap the dumbbell right against my shoulder blades right there, and I know that I've got really good control over the weight when I do that. And that also facilitates a nice lengthening of the tricep here to extend up. You don't have to go as deep as I go, but the lighter your weight load, the more I encourage you to actually let that dumbbell come into a deep angle if your weight load is lighter, okay? Once your weight load gets heavier, you're not gonna have as quite deep of an angle there. 12 reps, going right into concentration curl. Same weight load, more or less, depending on how that first set felt for you. First set was easy. I really encourage you to grab a heavier dumbbell. If you're limited in your home exercise equipment and you can't go heavier with your dumbbell on the second set, you can do more reps. But first, I want to make sure that you're using a pause. So if your weight load just feels a little light, add the pause at the top. Really pause and squeeze, pause and squeeze. That makes the weight load relatively heavier. Obviously, it doesn't actually make it heavier. A 10-pound dumbbell is a 10-pound dumbbell. But when you add a pause, it's increasing the amount of work on the muscle. And the whole point of building muscle is to overload your muscle. So if we add the pause, that also means you're making the work harder. So if you can't go heavier with an actual dumbbell, add that pause. And then if you still feel like you need a heavier dumbbell, then you can increase your repetitions until, whew, one more from me. Wow. Oy, ay, ay. Same on the other side. Elbow right against that inner thigh, nice and long at the bottom. Make a mental note. Which arm feels stronger? So, you know that other arm that doesn't feel as strong? I don't want you to do more reps on it, but I want you to start your exercise on the weaker arm. So when you repeat this workout and you get to this exercise, if your left arm is weaker, start with your left arm first. And that applies to all unilateral exercises. So like those bench step-ups that we did today, if you know that your left leg is weaker than your right leg, start your bench step-ups on your left leg. That helps to dedicate more energy into the leg that's a little bit weaker. And that way you're just dedicating more focus and more energy without having to do specifically more reps on the side that feels weaker. Good job. If you want to do a third set, go for it. Otherwise, come on up. We're going to do a little bit of a cool down before I set you free. Take your feet separated and let's come back to that spinal rotation. Feels a whole lot different, doesn't it? How do you feel? Woo, I feel a little sticky and restricted as compared to when we did this at the top of the workout. And that's the whole reason why we do this. So squeeze your glutes. Make sure that that glute is really activating here because it allows you to safely rotate. You can rotate better, more safely when you've got a foundation. Okay, and that glute activation, what it's doing is it's clamping down on your pelvis so that you can rotate more safely. I feel good, there we go. Much better, huh? Okay, take a big inhale up. Exhale, I want you to bring your hands behind your head, interlocking, and then press your shoulders back as if you were pushing your shoulders back against a wall. Press your shoulders back. That's also gonna bring your chest forward. Lift your chin and hold. Really press the elbows back. Press your chest forward. Open it up. Opening up the chest and the shoulders here. So good. I have a new stretch for you today. Go ahead and relax. What you're gonna do is you're going to press down with your right hand. You're gonna wrap around with your left. You're gonna grab it and you're gonna press down. Okay? Press down. Then I want you to drop your left ear to your left shoulder. So you're pressing down and pulling down on the right arm as you drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And just really lengthen the right arm down. You want a nice, gentle, comfortable stretch. Don't overstretch. And then relax, and the same on the other side. Left hand presses down, right hand reaches around and presses down, and then you take your right ear to your right shoulder. Gently, gently, gently. If you've got a tight neck or tight shoulders, this could be quite intense. Make sure you're pushing down with that left arm. And then just enough head tilt to begin to get a stretch. This side's much tighter for me, so I actually don't even need to go into too much of a stretch here. And then relax. If you need something to stabilize you for balance, find it. Let's do our quadricep stretch. Bring your heel up to your butt. Look down. I want you to pull your bent knee behind your standing knee. Look down. Then once you do that, I want you to really tuck your pelvis under, keeping the bent knee behind the standing knee. That is a super, super important part of the stretch. Pelvis tucks under, then the knee moves back in space relative to the standing knee. Really tuck your booty under. You're gonna feel your glute actually contract. I want your glute to fire up and squeeze because that chemically allows the opposite muscle group, the quad, to relax. Same on the other side. Tuck your pelvis under, pull the knee back. Keep that pelvis tucked under, really tucking this pelvis under, okay? When you tuck your pelvis under, the knee has a tendency to push forward. That's why you want to do both and be aware of both. This is a stretch that you really should be doing every single day. Keep those quads flexible. And relax. Let's take a big inhale up. Thank you so much for joining me today. Exhale it out. I hope you loved this special edition barbell leg and arm workout. If you want to join me for a live workout, come over to hollyperkins.com/free workout. Sign up and you can join us live to stay for the workout after the workout or to ask me any questions if you have them. I'll see you next time.